Good morning, good morning, everyone. It's your boy Ryan here with Eastcoastathletics, with another live stream. I know I haven't been able to go live for a while, and that's all due to work. But um, we I have quite a few things that I want to talk about, want to touch on. I know you guys have been watching the Olympics. A lot of people haven't been watching because they've been so frustrated with everything that's going on, so they just completely tuned out. Right now we have a Jamaican in the 100-meter hurdles for women. Um, we're looking to see if she's gonna make it through to the finals. She's looking pretty good. I think she got third, either second or third. So she should be um, she should make it to the finals. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens pretty much. But I know you guys saw the topic. I know you guys saw what it says. Okay. So Nugent of Jamaica did make it through to the final. She got a small Q. So she's going in as one of the fastest losers, 12:44. I think she had a poor start. So yeah. All right. I have a few things that I wanted to go through with you guys. Show you guys pretty much as it relate to you know how everybody been feeling about this Olympic, and what they've been thinking. I've been thinking, you know, pretty much the same thing to some extent, but it's when you when somebody's saying stuff and they're not providing any form of proof, it makes it sometimes make it a little difficult to for a lot others to accept it. But I was never like that. I mean, I did my research and I'm pretty knowledgeable about the sport, so that's the reason why I say half the stuff that I say on here. And this Olympic, is deemed the worst Olympic by quite a lot of people, and it just give that feeling as if everything is staged, or if you want to use the word rigged or whatever it is. But that's pretty much how it seemed because of how everything has been going. However, you know, people like me, I try to stay objective and try to stay, you know, pretty much positive that the results are what they are. But time and time again, or time after time, it's it's pretty much looking like, you know, things are not being fair. Uh, so one of my subscribers sent me a link yesterday, um, and this is in relation to the 200-meter men lane draw yesterday. Um, so the the link or the post or the article was regarding unfair lane assignment in the 200 Benerick, which is the the fastest American right now in the 200, he stated that the 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 lane draw in the 200 meter was unfair as he was placed not in one of the favored lanes, even though he had the second fastest time going in. He was the second fastest winner going into the finals. They still didn't put him in one of those preferred lanes, which I've been talking about this for pretty much the whole championship. I've been talking about it, saying that the way they set everything up just seemed unfair. The way they place the athletes in terms of their time in the 100 was unfair, and everybody told me like, oh, it's you know nothing is wrong with it. It's the 100 meter, and because it's a 100 meter, the lane draw don't matter. Yes, it does matter because if you're if you are the best, you're supposed to be in one of the middle lanes, right? And with that being said, if they put you all the way in the outer lane, even though you run one of the best times, you know that's gonna either work to your advantage or work against you because either you're gonna be able to focus a lot more, or you're gonna be out of the action in a sense where the people who are the fastest starters or so on and so forth, you won't be close enough to them, so you won't end up running how you were supposed to run. So I think it does play a part, and I'll continue to think that because, as I said, I've been around the sport for quite a while, and I've done my research. But anyways, the big thing is the 200-meter finals, men 200-meter finals. I told you guys multiple times throughout my streams. I said Noah is not going to win that 200-meter. I said it over and over, and a whole bunch of people came at me here on the live stream. Oh yes, he's gonna win. If he even if he loses the 200, he's going. I mean the 100, he's gonna win the 200. And I said no, he's not gonna win the one or the two. Do you think Lyles should have pulled out of the 200 as he knew he don't have no COVID? That's just an excuse. He don't have COVID. I don't buy that story talking about he got no COVID. If you have COVID, why would you if you test positive for COVID, why would they even let you run? You're around all the other athletes, putting them at risk of catching COVID just because you want to put on a show? No. Why would the association risk the chance of everybody is catching COVID just because they want him to run? That's how special he is. That's what you guys are trying to say. Because me personally, I think there's quite a lot of athletes at the games, including warm up track and everything. So why would they risk that? There's no reason for them to risk that. He did not catch no COVID. He's just finding an excuse. That's a last minute. If you have COVID, why would you enter the track when you're introduced, jumping and prancing and doing all that extra stuff? You don't have no COVID. He was just shocked that he got beat. If you listen to Tebogo interview, he said he's still surprised he beat Noah because based on his understanding, Noah was the fastest man alive. So he didn't expect that he was gonna beat him. He's just finding an excuse why for the mere fact that he lost. That's all he's doing. Everything was staged. It was all planned for him to win. And I think, you know, my opinion, this Olympic was pretty much was set. It was set for certain people to win based on the lane draws. And I'm gonna show you guys Why I say that? Because um I have, hold on. I guess I gotta add it here in order to move this stuff around. Come on. Oh my gosh. This cannot be true. Oh, no way. No way. Hold on. This cannot be true. I stayed up last night, did the PowerPoint and everything. So there's no way it's not showing the way it's supposed to show. I don't know what's going on right now, but I have everything um pretty much situated. Yeah, it's right here. I don't know why it's not showing. I'm gonna try to pull it up again and see what happens. Okay, it is on the computer, so I'm definitely gonna try to pull it up. Just bear with me. Remove, and then I gotta go back and get the right one. Hopefully, I'm able to find the right one because it is there. Okay, let's try this again. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, all right. Maybe I need to take this down and then. Oh, it's not showing right now. Oh, I'm so mad. Hmm, it's not showing. Neither of them is showing. Mirror. Trying to trying to get this slideshow that I created to show. That's what I'm trying to do. Not this one. But anyways, so what what I did was I went ahead and I did some research as to the lane draws and everything, and I think I'm just gonna pull it up on my screen up top, and then I'll just go based off of that. So the first thing is in the 200 meter, right? The lane one and two is allotted to the slowest, the two slowest people, right? Right, randomly. Then lane three, four, and eight are for the fourth to sixth, um, and that's mixed randomly, right? Then lane five to seven, those are the top three people. However, it's not. That's not how they did it, right? And I wish you guys were able to see these slideshow because I put it together so well. Um, so pretty much lane one is supposed to be the slowest person, right? That's what it's supposed to be. Lane 2 is supposed to be the sixth fastest. Lane 3 is supposed to be the fourth fastest. Lane 4 is supposed to be the second fastest, and I've been saying this the whole time, right? Lane 5 is supposed to be the fastest. Lane 6 is supposed to be the third fastest. And lane 7 is supposed to be the fifth fastest, followed by lane 8 being the seventh fastest, which is, you know, what it's supposed to be. But that's not how they set it up. They set it up and they put the second fastest person who was supposed to be in lane 4, because technically all you have to do is just bump things up by one, because of the mere fact that those sources are lying. It's all a cover up because he lost. Some sources say Lyles tested positive after. Nah, he doesn't have no COVID, man. So you're telling me, all right, okay, all right. So listen to this. He has COVID. He came out on the track, right? Jumping, prancing, doing all of that. And then as soon as the gun goes off, right? He thought he was going to win. He ran how he think he needed to run to win. It didn't work, right? But that COVID symptoms didn't kick in until he finished the race. What's the irony in the fact that the COVID only hit him when the race was done? Why didn't the COVID come into effect when the race was going on? Why didn't it come into effect before the race? Why weren't we seeing the effects of the COVID before the race? See what I realized? He's a sore loser. Sore loser. He just like to win, but he don't like to lose. He don't know how to lose. And a famous coach told me before, he said, you got to learn to lose before you can learn to win. But nobody taught him how to lose. They just taught him how to win. So now that he's losing, you know, he don't know how to deal with it. And again, I said it. Kenny was going to beat him. And even if Tebogo didn't beat him, Kenny was still going to beat him, because Kenny got off the turn first and he did not catch him. He's a sore loser. And see, I hope he calms down now, because there's so many memes out there on social media right now. All you got to do is type his name in. He's kind of like the person that's clowned the most, the biggest clown right now on the internet. He is the biggest clown on the internet, because everywhere, every social media platform that you go on and type his name in, there's a whole bunch of meme with him. Right? And listen to this. He spoke about, oh, he has asthma, you know, he has ADD or ADHD or whatever he said he had. He talked about all those stuff, but nothing stopped him from being great. So how comes the COVID stop you from being great? He spoke about all those things after the 100-meter, right? But all of a sudden, it was to your advantage at one point, but now you're losing, it's to your disadvantage. BS. BS. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Not even for a second, I'm not buying it. He just mad that he lost. And put it this way, I remember, I don't know if you guys could go watch his his interview, or that, it's not his interview, it's that Netflix series, Sprints, when he was there with his mom, and they said that the 100 meter was his side chick and the 200 meter was his wife. Well, brother, somebody done took your wife because you lost the 200 meter and you ain't gonna get you ain't gonna get that 200-meter back until the next 4 years. So you ain't getting your wife back until the next Olympics. You gotta wait until 2028 to get your wife back. These are your words, your mom words, not mine. And see, that's one of the thing. That's one of the reasons why humility is so important in this sport. It's not about how much training does Thompson have to do to run the 200. Thompson can run the 200. The thing is, his coach got to get his legs in a certain condition where he can handle running the 200 and the 100, because running a race just on a straightaway is different from running a race that require you to run a hard turn and a straightaway, and at the same time you still running the 100. Because I don't think he's gonna give up the 100. Yeah, but it's I've never seen I've never seen an Olympics where so many people wanted an athlete to lose. It's crazy. No matter, I've never seen the Jamaican fans wanted somebody to lose that bad. Like it was just crazy. It was crazy. Like it's not only Jamaicans. It's people across the world. Like even Tebogo, he made sure he beat his chest. He let him know, like, you ain't the man, I am. It's that egotistical attitude, and quite a few people attacked me after my last live stream when I talked about, like, I think I said that I spoke about Gabby, to be specific. I said that Gabby was a nice girl, and she's humble, and she don't you don't see her bragging about anything. She just tried to go out there and have fun and run a race to win. And I think, which I'm entitled to my opinion, I think that she was raised right. She was taught, because her dad is Jamaican. I think she was raised right, because Caribbean parents don't play that. And a whole bunch of people attacked me. Somebody got in their feelings and say, "Oh, everything was going good until you said that." I mean, I'm entitled to my opinion. I am. Most American athletes in track and field, they don't know what humility is. They don't have a tat. Most, I never said all, most, they don't have a tat of that in their body. They think that in order to be the best, you got to tell everyone that you're the best. No. Tebogo didn't tell anyone that he was the best. He just came out there and he just did his thing. RG, stop talking about he was sick. Oh, you say, I was about to say, you say he wasn't sick. I agree. Completely agree. He wasn't sick. He's just giving y'all an excuse. That's all he doing. He's not humble, and I hope this humble him. And even in the interview that not the interview, the press conference that they did, that's Benerick and Tebogo. They asked Tebogo, "Do you think you'll become the face of track and field?" And he said, "No, I cannot be the face of track and field because I'm not loud and arrogant like Noah Lyles." That was his answer. Which I agree. Being humble doesn't sell. Being loud and arrogant sell because everybody's gonna see you, everybody's gonna hear you because you have a loud mouth. You talk a lot. They literally handed him that race. That's what they did before. They even the commentator said it. You'd have think he already won. And I know Tebogo was standing on the line like, okay, all right, this is what it is. You gonna get it today. You definitely gonna get it today. I got something for you. I got something for you. And he did give it to him. And I told you guys, he's gonna try to run off the turn and think he's gonna catch them. Not to mention the interview that he did. When I come off the turn, he said that man ain't gonna win. None of them ain't gonna win. When I get off the turn, they're gonna be depressed. The last time I checked, he was depressed when he got off the turn. Because they lit some fire under his tail for that last 100 meter. He tried to find gears, but none was there. How can you go to the press? I don't care how confident you are. How can you go to the press conference before the race and be that arrogant? None of them is going to win. Like, who do you think you are? Oh, my bad. He's Noah Lyles, the fastest man alive. Oh, is he? Is he though? Because last time I checked, he hasn't gone nowhere close to what Bolt did. So, you know, this COVID stuff, y'all need to drop that COVID stuff. He don't have no COVID. He never had no COVID. I'm not buying no COVID story. He was in shock. That beating shut his legs down completely. His legs were shut down. Like, yeah. His legs were complete, like, shot. That was it. His legs were shut down. That beating, he wasn't expecting. So because of that, he couldn't move. He's stretching for water and all. You ain't never, listen, you could tell when somebody is not used to losing. You could definitely tell. Man had to come off the track in a stretcher. Listen, you're gonna see memes for months. And I hope and this is not me hating on him. This is just me thinking this is an opportunity for what's going on to humble him. No, he's not running the 4x1. He said that the 200, that's his that's it, the ending of his Olympic thing. That's exactly what he said. He put out a tweet talking about even though, you know, people talk bad about him, this, that, and the third, he know they enjoy the show, you know, and they're watching. See you next time. Everybody's still gonna be seeing you next time. So if if you do the same thing again, it won't be any different. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. You know, they they put so much time, energy, and emphasis on on these guys, but yet still they don't. They put so much time, effort, and energy into them, but the people who are really doing well, they don't put that time into them, which to me is crazy. It's real crazy because you would expect that they would put the time into athletes that are really doing good. Somebody like Sidney McLaughlin that is constantly setting and breaking her own record. You would think that they would pay some attention to that lady, but she don't get half the attention that he's getting or Shakari's getting when she's doing way more than both of them are doing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So now we're able to pull everything up. And it don't even give me all the slides. But here we have it. It says if you select the qualifying results on the basis for seeding the finals based on the semifinal, then keep in mind that athletes are ranked on the following rules. And this is not even all the slides that I had. I had way more than this. All right. It says the fastest heat winner is gonna be in the best lane. Then the second fastest heat winner. So the fastest heat winner was Tebogo. Then the second fastest was Kenny, right? Third fastest heat winner. Then after that you have the fastest second place. Fastest second fastest second place. Third fastest second place. And that's pretty much how you do it. It's not who is the favorite or it's not who people like. It has nothing to do with that. And then you go down to the fastest time qualifier, then the second fastest time qualifier. That's the order in which you go to assign the lanes. And they never did that at no point in time. They just tossed people. They even did it in the 400 because they put Michael Norman in lane 4, which he's not supposed to be in lane 4. He's not. How did he even get lane 4? They've been doing it throughout the whole championship, which is just ridiculous. And they've done it so many times. Like it's so clear to everyone what's going on. So again, this is it. World Athletics 200 meter. So here you can see exactly how they're supposed to assign the lanes. But yet they still don't do it. This is how they're supposed to assign it for the 200. But they don't do that. And then even when you look at this is the finals, but if you it's not showing the semifinal, but on the final you could see that the lane assignment is as follow, right? Kenny is in lane 8. How can you be in lane 8 if you have the second fastest time? You're supposed to be in here, like six. Tebogo in six. He would have been in five, and then the next fastest person is gonna be in seven. Then you go back down, right? That's how it's supposed to be because they use 9 lanes. You go back down to four, right? Then you come up to eight, then three, then you go to nine, then you go to two, or vice versa. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to set up. But they did not do that. Oh, let me see this comment. You say, one thing I have loved this year, Lyles has been beaten multiple times by different people. I know he won he did. I'm gonna address that in a second. I know he won the 100 meter, but he barely won that, but got beaten by Seville twice, got beaten by Tebogo twice. So, all right, let's address the 100 meter. So, based on my understanding, whenever you have a major championship like this and you have two people tied with the same time, they're supposed to get the same medal. They're not supposed to do all that because there's a certain margin. I can't remember if it's point 0.04 or 0.004 or something like that. When the margin is not greater than that, they're supposed to give them the same medal. They're not supposed to try to narrow it down to try to figure out who's it's the same exact time. Just like with Broadbell in the hurdles, Broadbell and Robertson. Why is it that they always, whenever it's an American athlete and another country, they always give the win or the better position to the American athlete? Like why? When you could clearly see that they both ran the same time. Like I can't recall a case where they give them the same medal or the same time. They always try to separate. Once the person's, I've seen them award two of the same color medal. I think it was the two Jamaicans in the 100 meter before at a major championship because they ran the same time. I think it was Veronica Campbell and somebody else. I can't remember who the other person was. Right? I think it was like they both got a silver medal, and somebody else got a gold medal. There was no bronze medal. Right? So in this case, they should have did the same exact thing, but they did not. Every single time it has, listen, they've been had photo finish. They had photo finish from back in the day. Photo finish is not new. It's not new. If you go and you check the photo finish for Broadbell and Robertson, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot see Robertson at all. You would think that he's not there. The way they were so blend in pretty much. And he's literally next to Broadbell. Robertson is next to Broadbell, right next to him, but you can't see him because everything about them is equal. Like it's the same. They got to the line the exact same. Their foot placement is the same. Everything about them was the same. So how is it? And I'm talking about the photo finish. Everything is the same. There was no difference. Why do they give it to Robertson if that's the case? They shouldn't have. They should have gave 2 silver medal. Photo finish is not new, man. Photo finish been around forever. Been around forever. I think a lot of people are just being naive to the extent that, it just seemed crazy. Because even though y'all see what's going on, y'all see what they're doing, it's as if y'all just ignore it and be like, okay, all right. But it is happening. It's clearly unfair and clearly staged, in my opinion. It shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that. They didn't protest. And that's because when, let me tell you this. As a Jamaican, they try to teach you this. Don't leave things to chance. So even though they know the rules, it's like they're thinking to themselves, this athlete should have never left it to chance, left it up to question who won and who came second. That's what they believe in. They don't believe in all the talk and all the hype and all that. Just show that you're better on paper. So they can't take that away from you. Once you win fair and square, there's nothing that they can do about it. They gotta just accept it, because that's what it is. You know, yeah, that's really what it is. So because of that mentality, I think they're you won't find them protesting too much. For a lot of things, they'll just take it on the chin, go back to the drawing board, and then come back stronger next time. That's all it is. That's what they're pretty much gonna do. What are the odds of a race? I mean, it's gonna be that close because you got a whole lot of variables that comes into play in sprint races. You have, you know, the nerves. Athletes are evenly matched. You know, especially like say over the hurdles. Any card could play. Those are barriers. You could hit one, it throw you off. There's so much things that could render that race being really close. So when you say what are the odds, the odds are really, really, really high that that race is gonna be close. Really high. But as I said, it's always it's always been like that. Like when I was watching the 100-meter finals, and when I heard that they had the same time, I to myself I was like, all right, he lost. Noah wins because they're not gonna give it to him if they run the same time. They're not. And I don't know if you notice in the 100-meter, they keep saying lane don't matter. They put the top three people in the middle of the field, and then they start. So the top three people is gonna be in seven, five, 6, and 7, right? Which would have been Sambini, Thompson, and Seville. Then right after that is going to be lane 4, which is the fourth fastest person, and that's now Lyles. How did he end up over there? Like, how did he end up in one of the outer lanes? Like, I don't get it. He's not supposed to be out there, and that's the reason why I say this stuff is rigged, because you can't put him out there. That's not a lane assignment that he's supposed to get. He's not supposed to be out there. The same thing. Last world championship, they put um Shakari out there. And then they came back and put her out there again this year. Why? Because they saw her winning from out there, so they put her back there. But oh, it didn't work this time around. It did not work this time around. Because now everybody's hip to what's going on. They know y'all putting people on the outside so that they could sneak in. Yeah. It's not happening no more. Not happening anymore. Everybody's hip to the game. So, and even with like, there are some obvious ones. That one is an obvious one. And then when you look at the 400 meter, that is an obvious one. Very obvious. Michael Norman is not supposed to be in lane 4. Why was he in lane 4? I don't even think he qualified. Because again, most of the time when you see me come on here and I'm saying stuff, I check all the stats before. Like when I said I did this little slideshow or PowerPoint or whatever you want to call it, I stayed up, went through all the stats, right? Researched everything before you see me come on here and start talking about anything, right? Because I'm not going to just talk just to talk. It's what's in black and white. Good morning. Morning, Valentine. He says, morning, everybody. God say, Tebogo win over Noah. Then him drop down like say something to him. When him first come out, pure jumping up and down. Now him a ball COVID. Listen, it's all an act. Nothing is wrong with him. He's fine. He's just shocked. You know when something happened and you're not expecting it? That's what happened to him. He's shocked. Like his whole body is in shock. That's the reason why he did not expect to... Listen, you didn't hear the speech? The 200 meter is his wife. And the 100 meter is his side chick. How do you expect him to be moving around? Somebody just took away his wife. That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. He said that, not me. He was the one who said that. You know, so like, what do you guys expect gonna happen if he, you know? It's like all this talk. All this talk. But I think we know at some point it was gonna be talk. I think we knew that. But I think he set himself up. Pretty much clowned himself. I don't think a lot of people are gonna say, oh, you know, other people are clowning him. No. He clowned himself. All the things that he was doing, the jumping around, the prancing, it's all him. It's all him. If he didn't do that, but this is the thing. You have people that are so delusional to the point where even when they see results, it's like they just don't want to accept it. And I saw this coming from the U.S. trials. Like I saw it. I saw that he wasn't looking the way he typically look. Like coming off the turn, right? Coming off the turn, he was too far behind. And in my head, I'm like, if he if he allow people to get off the turn ahead of him like that, he's gonna have problems. He's gonna have problems because you're not gonna be able to catch every and anyone like that. Because you're gonna have somebody that's gonna get off the turn before you, and they're gonna hold on to that lead, and you're gonna run till you're blue, and you're not gonna catch them. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, and that's exactly my predictions were right. Benerick is the one who got off the turn first. Like honestly, I had Tebogo in the top three, but I did not have him winning. I had Benerick winning because the way I saw him run at the trials, I was like, this guy is gonna beat Noah Lyles. And he did beat him. He beat him. You know. And you're right, Tebogo did look good in the semifinal. He looked good in the semifinal. But again, he's not the favorite. That's all that it is. He's not the favorite. And it's all about who's the favorite. That's really all that matters. It's not so much about who is more talented or who, you know, is showing up on the day. It's about who is the favorite and who they want to win. I think that's all it's about. That's all it's about. That's all. I think this Olympics was, when it comes to the track event, I think everything was pretty much centered around two athletes. Their 100-meter star on the female side, and their 100-meter star, 200-meter star on the men's side. It was centered around them. Everybody else just got a little, you know, drippings, a little trickle down, a little runoff. It was all about them. That's all it was. Let me see this comment. Oh, I already clicked on it. The entrance he made was ridiculous. How... So you're saying he pretty much did gymnastics? I agree. I don't think anything is wrong with him. Even if you have COVID, the symptoms don't just kick in after 20 seconds. Nah. Unless his type of COVID is a special type of COVID that comes and goes. He didn't feel it before the race. He felt it during and after the race. He didn't feel it before the race. So that's why he had all that energy. You know, again, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And for the people who think that, you know, that's how it is, you guys may be just as delusional as he is, because it's not adding up. None of it is adding up. None of it. I really think and Clayton didn't, I'm just mixing everything into one. Clayton I was hoping that she would medal in the 400-meter hurdles, but she didn't. Still a great athlete. Still put her best foot forward. Unfortunately, this wasn't a year for her to medal. And I know she'll go back to the drawing board and come back stronger. You know, Still made the final though, which is always a big accomplishment for any athlete because that means you're in the top 8 in your event in the world. So that's always a good thing. But I think Cindy McLaughlin, be they should be idolizing that lady. She is a marvel. Like she's words the words that I think they should be using to describe her is like completely different. Like they should really treat her way better than I think they do. Like she should get way more attention than even though she's humble. Is like they should really she should be the face of American track and field. She should. Almost every single championship that she goes to, she breaks the record. Uh, we're talking about a female that is running 50.3 over barriers. 50.3 over barriers. If that's not great, I don't know what great is. Trust me, because that's on a whole different level. That 50.3 will beat a lot of athletes that are running the flat 400. Morning, Roslyn. Yes, I'm doing well. I think everybody's happy. He is humble. Um, I think he respect his competitors. The only he respect his competitors, but I think he felt some type of way about how now Lyles was behaving, and as such, he made a few statements that I don't think are disrespectful statements. It's an eye opener for everybody who was just thinking that, oh, the men relay. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Yeah, but as I said, Tebogo made a few statements that I think should be an eye opener for everybody who was, just on the delusional train, thinking that Noah Lyles is untouchable. And with this whole notion going around, he's the fastest man alive when he's not. Tebogo said, I never thought I would be able to beat him. No Lies is the fastest man alive, so I'm still shocked that I was able to beat him. I think I could just retire at this point with my gold medal, with a smirk on his face. So that's one of the two things that stood out to me that he said. Second thing was he can't be the face of track and field because he's not loud and arrogant like Noah Lyles. Those are shots taken at Noah Lyles, if you ask me. So, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, yes, as I said, I saw his comment. I was at work, so I wasn't able. Like I wish I could have did that live stream yesterday while I was at work, because there was so much excitement, but I couldn't. Hey, that's the truth. So let me see. DG asked about the relay. What happened to the men relay is that no civil, or is it um worse than that? I told you guys, civil was hurt. Civil got hurt in the semifinal. Um, I think he hurt his groin, tore his groin, or strained his groin, whichever. But he he's injured. Asava Paul even confirmed it, saying that he hurt his groin. So yeah, he's hurt, and that's the reason why he didn't run in the 4x1. I really didn't even expect Kishane to run either, but he did, which is not a bad thing. Um, I don't think they, I don't think they made it to the finals. I don't think they made it to the finals. So I think we only have the 100-meter hurdle finals for women, because we have I think her name is Nugent in that final. Oh, so Rosalind, you're saying if Seville wasn't hurt, you think the team could have gotten silver? I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, because what I always tell people in the 4x1, it's not about who has the four fastest athletes. It's about the baton passing. Once we're able to get clean baton passes, then anything is possible. You know, you start fumbling around, you wasting. That's literally wasting time. That's wasting seconds, and seconds add up. So you don't want to waste no time. So once that baton is going around the track and is going around in a manner that it needs to go, meaning like clean passes, then you won't have a problem. You really won't. So, you know, that's just that's what I think. I think that's the key thing in winning any 4x1 with a male or female. I think the females, I don't know, it's as if it's a little shaky. Um I don't want to say that they don't stand a chance, but they're gonna have to dig deep in order to come up with a medal. I think the U.S. really have the 4x1 for female in the bag. That's theirs to lose, because I think I'm gonna say that it's kind of like they already won. They just got to execute the race. The U.S. already has that one. They have it, right? All they got to do is execute. They have, if they want to, they could use Gabby plus the girls from the 100-meter, Shakari, all of them. They have the firepower. So I don't see them losing the 4x1 for female. I don't see them losing. All right, I see them winning that. The men, I mean, you have competition from other countries, so it might be a little iffy on the men's side, you know, but it's still possible, because the only person that they're gonna be replacing is Lyles. That's it. They got Coleman just sitting there waiting for that opportunity to get out that blocks, and we know that he's a very fast starter. So him out the blocks, you put Curly on the back straight away, and we know that Kenny is running that third leg. That's where he's gonna go. And whoever they put anchor, that person just gotta hold it. So they also look really good, like they could win the 4x1 for the men. So I'm looking forward to seeing that race. Um, Unfortunately, again, you know, I I don't think I'm gonna be able to go live while they're running it, because I think they, if let me check the schedule just to make sure. Um, I just had everything up here, so where did it go that quickly? Okay, so yeah, because I think I'm gonna be at work. All right, so yeah, it says women 4x1 meter relay final. 4x100 meter relay final. That is today. So that goes off at 13:30, which is 1:30 today. I'm not gonna be able to um, go live while that's going on. So, and the men is today as well. So we have quite a few races today, and I mean, if you guys, let me look at this. I have a feeling Kishane did. Okay. Can you talk about the baton passes? But Jesus Christ, it it was a disgrace. I mean, see, the thing is, with the 4x1, it's not all athletes from the same camp. So that makes it a little challenging. These athletes, even though they have been at the Olympics for 2 weeks, I'm saying 2 weeks, right? They've been there for 2 weeks. The amount of time that they're gonna have to really focus on relay passes is not a lot, because you got to take into consideration they have their own events to focus on. So that's going to be their main focus. That relay is going to be second. That's going to come afterwards. So with that being said, it's like, okay, when they might do one or two passes, maybe three, depending on how everybody's feeling. And then with the fact that there's injuries all around the team, there's not gonna be much, passes or anything. So it's a little tricky. Definitely a little tricky. I just let me see this other comment. It says for that. I mean, you gotta take into consideration. A lot of these athletes, this is their first time on a big stage like this, so they don't have the experience. Hopefully they stay hungry and they'll come back for another Olympic or another world championship, or world championship, I should say, and the the their efforts will definitely be better. So I think we just got to be hopeful. I think we're we're moving in the right direction as to where the male sprinters are going. They're getting back on top, getting back to the the lineage that we all know, right? That the athletes within both eras set. So I think we're moving in the right direction. And um, I'm gonna say this, with the Americans being always being competitive, it makes it good for the sport, because once the Jamaicans are back, then that's gonna make everything even more exciting. The only thing for me that I don't like is the whole bunch of trash talking. That's it. But outside of that, I don't mind when you have two or three or four or five or six or even seven people that are running super fast in one race. I'm okay with that. The only thing that I really don't like is, the whole bunch of trash talking. I don't really like that. I just had to big up Kishane and Blake, because they tried their best. I mean, they're gonna try their best. Most of them gonna try their best. As I said, there's a lot of them are new. I don't think it's the first time for Blake. Well, maybe the first time at the Olympics, but not. Is it? I think so. But you know, they just need a little bit more experience and need to get better. Which they will with time. So You said with YouTube you could see the race at any time. I mean, watching, if you're talking about me being able to watch the race while I'm at work, I can watch the race. Watching the race is not what I'm saying I won't be able to do. I won't be able to do a live, like I can talk about the race while they're setting up or while the race is going on, because I can't do that. But watching the race, I have Peacock on my phone. I have, I have another phone that I could watch it on. I could watch it on my main phone if I need to use, you know, I'll just watch it on my main phone and then use my work phone to do whatever else I need to do. But I could watch it. Watching it is not the issue. It's just like the way the team is set up, like seeing the teams and then doing my analysis to see what the outcome is going to be. I'm not going to be able to do that. I mean, if if you guys want, I could definitely do that afterwards. Like I could do another live stream tomorrow morning, approximately the same time, and we just go through all the little things surrounding, you know, what's happening, because um, I think after today's events, which we're gonna have the men and women 4x1 relay. We're gonna have the women 400-meter finals. We're gonna have the men 400-meter hurdles finals, which definitely is gonna be one to watch. I did not want to miss this one, um, because it's gonna be very very interesting. Um, I wanted to see what Rashawn Clark is in the final. I think he has what the not the slowest, but he has a pretty decent time going in. So the field is pretty stacked. You got Samba from Qatar in there. You got Santos from Brazil. Um, you got um, Clement from France. You got McMaster. You got Warholm. You got Benjamin, and you got Clark. So it's a pretty stacked field. I wanted to see the rematch with Warholm and Benjamin, because that's been going on for years. I really wanted to see that race. But as I said, I might end up missing it. You guys are funny. As I said, there's memes all over the internet. Like there's so much. Every time you turn, every time you scroll, there's a meme. So yeah. But yeah, that 400-meter hurdles is gonna be one to watch. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm not sure what shape Warholm is in. If he's in world record shape again, I think Roy Benjamin is ready. There's a possibility, a great possibility that because Roy beat him already, I think once this season. So there's a great possibility that Roy might win this Olympics. And if he wins it, that would be great for him. I would be happy for him, because he has fall short time and time again, like multiple times he's fall short. So if he's able to pull this one off, I think that would be great. I would be really happy for him. He would actually have an Olympic goal. And I think he has like a Olympic silver, I think, as well. So adding an Olympic gold to his tally would be great. Um, Roy was coached by a coach that I actually know very well. So as I said, I'm a fan of his. You know, so let's see what happens. I'm not gonna be upset if Warholm wins, but it's he's a competitor. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna go hard regardless. So that's just the name of the game. But Roy looked like he's in good shape. I think he's gonna be able to take this Olympic gold. But you still can't count out the rest of the field. Samba, Santos, McMaster, these are all veterans. They know how to go out there and run to win and get on that podium. So it's not gonna be an easy race. We'll definitely see what happens, and I'm looking forward to that race later on. The 400-meter women, that's something else, because we're I think we're missing people that we actually we're hoping to see. um Holmes from US is in lane 9. We got Amber um in lane 5 from Great Britain. I think that Polino is going to win. That's what I think. Um, as always, any card could play, but she looks pretty good. So I'm going with her. You know, there could be an upset, but I'm definitely going with Paulino. But just keep an open eye for other people in the field. For the 4x1 women, Jamaica is running out of lane 4, which is not a bad lane. Canada is in lane 3. Netherlands. So it's Netherlands in 2, Canada in 3, Jamaica in 4. US is in 5, right in front of Jamaica. So, if they could hop on that train and just go with the US all the way around the track and then try to pull something off at the last minute or something, then they they could have the hopes of winning. But I really don't have them winning right now, based on how things are situated, because they don't have Shelly Ann, they don't have Sharika, they don't have Elaine. So the three top athletes for Jamaica, they don't have. He said he's sick of COVID. I agree with you. I think they've lost most of the races, either due to injuries or you know extra stuff that shouldn't even come into play. But yeah, so it's Netherlands lane 2, Canada lane 3, Jamaica 4, US 5, France 6, Germany 7, Great Britain is in 8, and Switzerland is in 9. That's the lineup for um, the female 4x1. And then on the male side, we have Italy is in lane 2, Japan is in 3, Great Britain in 4, USA is in 5, France is in 6, South Africa is in 7, China is in 8, and then we have Canada is in lane 9. And I would honestly say watch Canada, watch Italy, Great Britain, and France. Yeah, definitely. Definitely watch Italy, even though they're in lane 2. Because I think they have a solid team. So does Canada, Great Britain. Great Britain always have a good team. Always. So I wouldn't be surprised if Great Britain wins. But as I said, it's Italy, Canada, and France. we should really watch him too. I mean, everybody knows that the U.S. has a strong team, so that's not up for question. Because in that lineup, they have this is weird. They have like a volume thing next to Noah Lyles' name, which they have him all the way down on the thing. But they have Benerick, Coleman, um, Curley, and King. So that's gonna be their top four going in. So they should be fine. Let me see Great Britain team. Azu, and then we have Hinchcliffe. All right, yeah. And then we have Hughes, yeah, Mitchell Blake. They have Great Britain have a good team. Wow, good. Man, I already told you. I said all this stuff is rigged. You say they get lane 8. They didn't get lane 8. Hold up. You said Great Britain woman got lane 8. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I mean, lane 8 is not a top lane. Either whoever is setting it up don't know anything about track and field or something, because he says Zarnell is injured, so he's out. Hey, all right, that means you gotta think about it, think twice about it. Then if Zarnell is hurt, um, so maybe we could look elsewhere as to who's gonna be the competition for the U.S. But that's how it is. The top 3 lanes should be 7, 6, and 5. With the fact that they're using lane 9, lane 8 is not one of the best lanes at all. But hey, that's what they think. That's what they think. I should actually look at the lineup for the Jamaican women. So we got Clayton, Forbes. Why they have Jackson in the pool and they know she not gonna run? Kemba and Reed. They also got Shelly Ann in the pool, so I don't know what's going on. What's going on there? I think they gotta remove somebody from that pool. I don't know. 3 and 3. Well, yeah, they got 4. They're just gonna take out Jackson and Fraser. So they got 4. Yep, they got 4. Definitely got 4. Yeah, I should have figured Zana was injured, because if he wasn't, I think he would have ran the 200. So he must be injured. Yeah, he must be injured. Said, did you hear about one of the athletes upset with J Trie about not getting enough support? Yes, I watched the video. Listen, a lot of the stuff I don't always get to talk about, but I watch all of it. And even if I don't get to see it immediately, I got people around me that just shoot me all the posts. Like, I could put up links on here for days that people just sent to me. Like, if you didn't already see this, here is this, here is that. There's a lot of stuff going on with this Olympics. It's not the best one. It's just off. It's horrible. You know, that's I think France did not do a good job with this Olympic at all. I don't know if, you know, they were in favor of some people and not others, but it just looked staged. Well, hey, even if she even if she hasn't run, you know, even if she hasn't run a good 4x1, that's what we got. We got to work with what we got. Um, Great Britain will do well. Great Britain will do well, and if they play around, if they play around on that third leg, they're gonna have problems because if they put Asher Smith on that third leg, she's gonna eat everybody up. She's definitely gonna eat everybody up. So they gotta be careful. They gotta watch Great Britain. Says Olympic would be boring without Jamaican in track. I mean, I wouldn't say so, and that's the reason why I say that is because Olympic consists of quite a few different sporting events. So it's like we feel that way, or you feel that way because Jamaicans mostly watch track and field because that's where our strength lies. That's what we are into. We'll watch other events, but just to be more knowledgeable about it, or because we are just sport fans at heart. But track and field is really where we invest our time and energy. Hold up. They say who's lying? They said she's lying and has to issue an apology or never compete for Jamaica again. Oh, but all know we can't find the lies. Well, this is the thing. I can't say she's lying. To come out publicly and say that and say what she said is bold. So to to think that she's lying, nah. I don't think she's lying. I think she's telling the truth. I don't think she's lying. I think it's the truth. But, knowing them, that's not gonna be good for them. So why would you have her, keep that statement out there? It's easier to say she gotta put out an apology. But again, everybody's entitled to think what they want to think about the situation. I can think that she's telling the truth. Somebody else might think she's lying. It all depends. Everybody got their opinion. You know, they might know why they say she's lying. She might Some of it might be true, some of it might not. Like I don't know because I don't know the full story. But you know, they've they have done stuff that can come across as shady because I think Kemba wasn't there. Kemba was supposed to be there. She wasn't there. They had to, from my understanding, they had to send for her because she wasn't, originally on the team, or she was on the team, but they didn't carry her, um, and they had to send back to get her. So stuff happens. It is what it is. She gonna have to pull another save She saved them once, she's gonna have to save them twice. I know you're talking about the shot putter. Yeah, I know you're talking about the shot. As I said, it's there's always this saying, and Jamaicans will definitely understand it. Them say if you not gosso, it near gosso. So might not be exactly what she's saying, but it might be close to what she's saying. But I don't know for a fact, so I can't really speak on it. She's the only person that could speak on it, and you know, if she decides if she decides she's not taking it back, that's just what she decides. I don't think nobody they could say that, but if she think that what she's saying is the truth, or she knows what she's saying is the truth, she's not gonna take it back. So that's between her and them. I don't really know exactly, you know, I don't know all the details surrounding that, because I think for this Olympic we've been kind of out of the loop for the most part. Yeah, it's I don't want to it's I would speak on my experience, but in this case my experience with them has no bearing in a sense. So it's like, say for example, I had good experience with them or bad experience with them, that would not be helpful or credible in her situation, because it has nothing to do with her and what's going on right now. So I don't want to venture too much into that. I mean, I could say this is what she said, because I watched the interview. She's pretty much saying she's tired. They didn't support her. They didn't. They kept her coach away from her for 2 weeks. She's been there, and she didn't have her coach with her, and because of that, that's the reason why she performed how she performed. Because she specifically stated her coach is very crucial to her warm up, right? And what the other girls were throwing was easy for her to accomplish, but because she didn't get to go through a warm up routine with her coach, which she normally do, that is the reason why her performance was the way they turned out to be. So she's everybody's entitled to their opinion, and she could feel how she feel. I don't think nobody could say she's not supposed to feel that way. You know, I think everybody just she felt like she had to put it out there, and that's what she did. It says, I was gonna say, how did you get your start in track and field? Uh all right. So I started. Let me put it up, because people might wonder what I'm talking about. All right. So I started in track and field. I started at Seaford High. I used to run the 800. I always wanted to run the one and the two. I started out in primary school running that, but I was winning. But then when I got to high school, I started losing, and I couldn't make the team because there was people that was faster than me in the 100 and the 200. So I couldn't make the team in the one and the two. I tried to move up to the four, and it still didn't work for me. I was just, I guess, too slow. Everybody was faster than me, and I kept training. I didn't stop. I didn't give up. I kept training, um, and one day I just felt like I didn't want to lose anymore. Um, and they had a time trial at practice, and I was like, cause I used to always, I used to always be scared that I'm gonna tie up if I get out too fast, and at on that specific day, I didn't care. I was like, it is what it is. If I tie up, I tie up. I'm just gonna go. I think we had like a 300 meter um, time trial, and I just went out crazy, and I won that race. And then my confidence build up, and then the coach say, okay, we're gonna put you in a 600. And with the confidence coming from the 300, he put me in the 600 meter, and I went ahead and won the 600 meter as well. Yes, I am. I used to go to Seafort. Won the 600, and then he's like, okay, we're gonna see if it's a fluke. A month later, we had another 600, and I killed that one too. So now he's like, "Ah, okay, we're gonna push you up to the 1,000 for another time trial. Crush that one as well." So then he started having me run the 800. So I really, I must say, the 800 was the race that I used to run the most when I was in high school at Seafort, and then I transferred to Camperdown, and everybody in Camperdown was sprinters. Like it was all 1, 2. I was like the only, like maybe one of two 800-meter guys there, and I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I need to be in the spotlight because everybody's fast. Everybody's running 1, 2, or 400. So I don't want to do this 800-meter no more. And he kept putting me in the eight, and every time he would put me in the eight, I would jog it. I would run like 158 or something like that. I would just jog a slow time, and you know, he would just complain. And one day he pulled me up. He was like, "What's wrong with you? Like, why are you not?" I was like, "I don't want to run the 800 meter no more. I want to run the four." And he put me in the four, and I think I ran my first. He was like, "If you run the four, you got to run 48 seconds." This was when I was in high school, and he put me in the first 400 I ran. I ran 49 seconds, and then he was like, "That's not good enough. You're supposed to run 48 your first time. If you don't run 48 your next time, you're not running no more." So with that, I ended up going back out there the following week, ran what he expected me to run, and then after that, you know, rest was history. I kept running the four, stepped down to the two every now and again, but the four was pretty much my pet event while I was running track. So there you have it. You know a little bit about how I got into track and field and everything. Oh, you went to school in Martin Bay High. I actually used to compete against them a lot. Rec program in 1998 and licensed St. Thomas was a nice and very. Hmm. Yeah, that's where they used to keep the what's that meet, the Martin Bay relays. Used to go there a lot. But yeah, yeah, those were the days. You know, I could sit here and talk about my track and field career for another hour, but that's not what we're here to do. Um, if there's any topics that you guys ever want me to talk about, all you got to do is just you know put it in the comments, or just comment on one of the videos, and I'll definitely try to address those. But also, I think I said this on my live stream a couple days ago. I have another video that is pretty much scheduled to be posted either today or tomorrow. Um, it is in relation to because I do um, product reviews on the channel, but pretty much like sports products. Um, you know, every now and again they'll send me some form of sporting equipment, ask me to check it out. So I won't tell you guys what it is, but I do have a video that's scheduled to be upload. So you guys could definitely, show some love, check it out. Um, and you can also show some love and going over to my other channel, which is my tech channel, and check that out as well, if that's something that you're interested in. If you are, you can subscribe, so you definitely get notifications whenever, I post my videos. I mean, once you're running the times, that's what is important. Listen, you don't have to have a lot of experience. Once you're fast enough, and once you have your, you have a coach that is working with you, anything is possible. You don't have to have a whole bunch of experience under your belt. Once you're doing well enough, you're making the standards, all of that, you're good. Do a show on thoughts of making a team being fully injured, but going anyway. Actually, that might take 5 minutes. I don't understand this. Explain this one a little bit more before, because I'm about to end the live stream. But I want you to explain this so I could get a better understanding of what you're saying, and then maybe I'll try to. Okay, this is a great response. This is a great response. This perfectly explains that it can be done. You just have to have the right people in your corner. Jericho left the 400 and went to the 100 and the 200. But yeah, can you explain this comment for me real quick? So you said do a show on thoughts of making a team being fully injured but going anyway. Actually, that might take 5 minutes. That I want you to explain. I have like another minute or two because I gotta get ready for work. But yeah, you guys could definitely let me know what videos you guys want me to what stuff you guys want me to talk about, or if you guys have any ideas as to videos that y'all want to see, and I'll definitely try to make that happen. But the time is winding down and I gotta go. So I think what I'll do is I'll do another live stream tomorrow morning, as I said, approximately the same time, and we'll pretty much discuss everything that took place in the 4x1 men and women, and the 400-meter hurdles final men. Um, we'll definitely discuss all of that tomorrow. But I'll watch those races and see how they go, and we'll just go from there. I don't know. So what you could do is any one of, all right. So you said you replied, but you don't know what happened. What you could do is after I close the live stream, you could send that reply as a comment on one of the videos. Any one of the videos, whether it's a video or live stream, just put that comment there. It's gonna show up. I don't know what's going on, why it didn't show up on the live stream. Oh, you say Sherika Jackson situation. Okay, I could address that next time because that's something that I actually wanted to talk about. So I'll do it tomorrow when I'm doing a live stream. I'll definitely address that because that's something that I kind of missed in the midst of us talking about everything else. So yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind and I'll talk about it. I'll actually write it down when I get off the live stream so I don't forget it. But sometimes I think the software that I'm using is a little glitchy because I had a whole slideshow ready for this live stream, and you know, I guess this software was having some issues showing all the slides. I had like 10 to 12 slides, and I was able to only show you guys like three or four. So I think it's a software thing. I'm gonna try to see if I could prep a little bit better tomorrow. Don't have a lot of time, but I'll try, and then we'll just take it from there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. You know, definitely appreciate you guys being here. Um, you guys always show up, and let me know what y'all think in the comments. So I appreciate that. And at this point, I think everybody on here is a subscriber. If you're not, hit the subscribe button. You know, leave a like. Doesn't cost you much. Just a stretch of a finger or tap of a finger. But yeah, it's your boy Rand here with East Coast Athletics. I'm gonna be signing out. Have a nice day too, Roslyn.